White heavy checkmark, deep history of the 1992 Lincoln Penny. White heavy checkmark, full storytelling, using three-act structure. White heavy checkmark, suspense plus emotional hooks. White heavy checkmark, wealth lifestyle psychology. White heavy checkmark, viral pacing and retention. White heavy checkmark, coin details, errors, and collector value triggers. You can record this as a faceless documentary-style video with background music, stock footage, and coin visuals. Pocket change jackpot. The Lincoln penny that turned into a billion-dollar coin. INTRO, midnight to 2 o'clock. Calm cinematic music, close-ups of coins, slow zoom on a Lincoln penny. Narrator, inspirational, mysterious tone. What if I told you that the change sitting quietly in your pocket, the pennies lying forgotten in an old jar, or the coin hidden at the very bottom of your drawer, could be worth more than a mansion, more than a sports car, more than your entire lifetime of earnings? What if that tiny Lincoln penny, that 1-cent coin, could secretly be worth billions of dollars? You heard that right. Billions with a B. Today's story is about a coin that nobody thought was special. A penny that people tossed on sidewalks, dropped in donation boxes, forgot in junk drawers. A coin so ordinary, so common, yet one variation of it carries a value that can shake the entire coin-collecting world. Welcome to the life-changing, jaw-dropping, unbelievable journey of the 1992 Lincoln penny and the mysterious version that turned into a billion-dollar phenomenon. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might rush to check your old collections, your pocket change, your childhood piggy bank. You might already be holding a fortune without knowing it. To ACT1. The legend begins 2 to 10 o'clock. The origin of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny is not just a coin, that it's a symbol of American history, honoring the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. First minted in 1909, this was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Fast forward to 1992 to at a glance. The 1992 penny looks just like every other coin. The same copper-plated zinc composition, the same Lincoln portrait, the same memorial design on the back, but hidden beneath the normal circulation, hidden among millions and millions of coins, was one tiny difference. A difference so small that even experts missed it for decades. And yet, this microscopic detail created a penny worth $30, 000, then $80, 000, then $100, 000, and in the rarest, most mysterious case, collectors estimate that a unique specimen, almost mythical, could be valued at over $1 billion if it ever surfaced. But what makes the 1992 penny so powerful? What turned a common coin into a jackpot? Let's dive deeper at the 1992 close AM penny. The coin that changed. Most 1992 pennies have A and M in the word America widely spaced apart. This is called the wide AM design, but in extremely rare cases. The penny was accidentally struck with the 1993 proof reverse, where the A and M almost touch each other. This is the close AM penny, and this tiny detail changes everything. This error coin was never meant to exist. It was never intended for circulation. It was never supposed to leave the mint. Yet somehow, it did. Only a handful are known. Experts estimate less than 15 exist, but rumors in the coin world whisper of a prototype, a flawless specimen, a coin struck by mistake during a mint transition test. That penny, the perfect one, has never been found, and because of its potential perfection, its theoretical value skyrocketed into the billions. A billion-dollar penny. A 1-cent coin that could change the life of whoever finds it. But to understand the full power of this story, we must go back to the moment everything changed. ACT2. The discovery, 10 to 2200 hours. The man who found the first in 2007. A collector going through an ordinary roll of pennies spotted something unusual. The A and M were too close that he sent the coin to authentication labs. Experts almost fainted. It was the first confirmed 1992 close AM. It later sold for $20,000, then $30,000. Then appreciation continued. More people began hunting, and a few more appeared, but none were perfect, none were flawless. None were believed to be the original prototype, the Holy Grail. That prototype is what collectors whisper about, the one that could break all price records, the one that auction's estimate could exceed $1 billion, just like the rarest art pieces and diamonds. Imagine holding that a penny worth more than the Hope Diamond, more than the Mona Lisa insurance value. The value of IMPRF selling collectors pay insane amounts for errors. The smaller the mistake, the rarer the anomaly, the more explosive the value. For the 1992 penny, misaligned reverse dies, early proof impressions test strike surfaces transition, reverse errors die polishing anomalies, experimental striking pressure all contribute to shockingly high value. A regular close AM can fetch $15,000 to $30,000. A near perfect one, $50,000 to $125,000. A theoretically flawless prototype, priceless. Billions. This penny sits at the intersection of numismatic rarity, minting history, human curiosity, and economic scarcity, and that creates a magical mixture. The rise of the billion-dollar tally. Would a penny ever be worth $1 billion? Because in collecting, rarity plus demand plus story equals unlimited value. If only one perfect prototype exists, if only one person finds it, if only one chance remains in the world, then competition becomes wild. Museums bid, that ultra-wealthy investors bid, private collectors fight. The coin market becomes a battlefield. ACT3. Your chance to strike gold. 22:00. 33:00. The truth. A billion-dollar penny may still be out to, unlike gold, diamonds, or art. Coins circulate. They move through hands. They get lost in drawers, left in jars, stored in old coffee cans, found in estates, basements, drawers, school lockers. That perfect 1992 close AM could be anywhere. It could be in a yard sale jar, a thrift shop register, a childhood piggy bank, your old jeans pocket, a forgotten coin album in your home. How to identify the billion-dollar pie? You need only one step. Turn the penny around and look at America. If the A and M are nearly touching, you may have a treasure. You must inspect the coin under magnification. Next, look for these signs of prototype status. Heavy checkmark, ultra-sharp lettering, heavy checkmark, mirror-like fields, heavy checkmark, proof-style details, heavy checkmark, unusual strike, quality, heavy checkmark, no circulation, where heavy checkmark, early die markers, heavy checkmark, polished planchet surfaces. If any of these appear, your penny is no longer a penny. It becomes a life-changing asset. The psychology of wealth. Why this story inspires people watch these videos for one reason. Hope. The idea that wealth is not limited to the rich. That treasure can be discovered by anyone, anywhere, anytime. That even the smallest, most humble objects can carry unimaginable value. This is not just a coin story, that it's a human story, a story of luck, destiny, and discovery. Every person watching this video deserves a chance at prosperity, deserves the thrill of possibility, deserves the joy of finding something rare and magical. And that's why this penny, this tiny coin, is more than metal. That it's a symbol of unexpected fortune. Final message. 33:00. 35:00. Narrator, warm, powerful tone as we close this journey. Remember this. Fortune does not always hide in mountains of gold. Sometimes it hides in the smallest corners of our lives. In the pockets we ignore, in the drawers we never open, in the pennies we think are worthless. So tonight, check your change, check your jars, check your past, because somewhere out there, $8 billion penny is waiting, maybe for you. And if you find it, your story will inspire millions. This is your chance, your moment, your destiny. The pocket change jackpot is real, and it's calling your name. Imagine waking up one morning, reaching into your pocket for some loose change, and realizing that one small, ordinary Lincoln penny could be the key to a life of wealth, freedom, and financial destiny. A penny, worth just 1 cent, suddenly valued at more than you could earn in a lifetime. A penny, worth millions. A penny, rumored to be priceless. A penny, that turned into a billion-dollar legend. Pause, slow rise in music. Today, we uncover the unbelievable journey of the iconic 1982 Lincoln penny, a tiny coin from the United States that changed coin history forever. This is the story of mistakes, miracles, rare metals, and life-changing value hidden in everyday pocket change. Pocket change jackpot. The Lincoln penny that turned into a billion-dollar coin. The penny that shook America. 3 to 4 minutes. Narrator. For more than 100 years, the Lincoln penny has been a silent witness to American history, wars, victories, struggles, generations of families. But among all Lincoln pennies ever minted, one year stands above the rest. 1 year changed everything. 1982. Pause. Collectors call it the turning point year. The year the U.S. Mint made a decision that created some of the most valuable pennies ever discovered. Zoom in sound. Because before 1982, a penny was made of copper. Rich, heavy, durable copper. But after 1982, pennies were changed forever. Copper was replaced with cheap zinc. Close up. Before, 95% copper. After, 97.5% zinc. Narrator. This transformation was not smooth. It produced errors, mistakes, coin combinations that were never meant to exist. And that's exactly how the 1982 penny became a jackpot coin for lucky Americans. White medium star ACT2, the 1982 Lincoln penny. A chaotic revolution, 8 to 10 minutes. In 1982, the mint didn't just change metal, they changed everything at once. The size of the letters, the shape of the numbers, the weight, the metal, the dies, the production system. This caused chaos. Fire 7 official 1982 varieties. To understand why this penny is so valuable, you must know the 7 official varieties minted in 1982. On-screen list. 1982 large date, copper. 1982 small date, copper. 1982 large date, zinc. 1982 small date, zinc. 1982 D large date, copper. 1982 D large date, zinc. 1982 D small date, zinc. But here's where the jackpot mystery begins. Pause. There was never supposed to be a 1982 D small date copper penny. Never. Music intensifies. And yet, one day, a man found it. White medium star, the billion-dollar rumor begins. 3 to 4 minutes. In 2016, a man walked into a coin shop in America holding a simple penny. But when experts weighed it, tested it, examined it, they couldn't believe their eyes. Whisper, it was copper. It was Denver minted, and it was a small date. The U.S. Mint never produced this coin officially, but here it was. Real, verified, shocking. Pause. How many exist? No one knows. Maybe 20, maybe 2, maybe only 1. Collectors started saying, this could be the rarest penny in American history. This could become a $1,000,000 coin. This could be worth billions one day. The value. How much is a 1982 penny worth? 7 to 8 minutes. Narrator. Whether copper or zinc, small date or large date, the 1982 penny can be worth far more than face value. The ordinary ones, zinc versions, 1 to 10 cents, copper versions, 15 to 50 cents, not life-changing, but a good start. High-grade mint state pennies, MS68 and MS69 examples selling for $1,000 to $15,000 plus. These are rare, flawless coins, the kind investors love. Major error, 1982 pennies, big money. Narrator. Errors can turn an ordinary cent into a treasure. Examples. Double die errors, $300, $2,000 broad strike, $50, $500 off center, $100, $1, 500 wrong planchet, $5,000, $25,000 inch. But all of this is nothing compared to what comes next. The King, 1982, D small date copper, rumored billions. This is the coin that changed the game. Pause. This coin is so rare, so mysterious, so historically powerful that collectors describe it using only one word: priceless. Narrator: some experts estimate its potential future value to reach hundreds of millions. Some call it the first possible billion-dollar penny in coin history. How to identify your jackpot penny? 5 to 6 minutes. Now, what if you have this penny hiding in your home? Steps appear on screen. Check the date style. Large versus small date characteristics. 1 is skinny, loop of 8 is small, two's tail is short, date looks light. Step 2. Weigh the penny, use a digital scale. Copper weight: 3.11 grams, zinc weight: 2.5 grams. If yours is a 1982 D small date weighing 3.11 grams, you may have discovered a life-changing treasure. Use a magnet. Copper isn't magnetic. Zinc isn't magnetic. Simple test to eliminate fakes. Get it certified in ACS. Narrator: certification protects your coin and skyrockets its value. Inspirational billionaire ending: a penny is more than a coin. It is a symbol. A symbol of how something small, something ignored, something overlooked can become extraordinary. Music rises. The 1982 Lincoln penny teaches us this. Fortune does not always come from gold, diamonds, or real estate. Sometimes, wealth hides in the smallest moments, in the smallest choices, in the smallest coins. Maybe you are holding a rare treasure. Maybe you are one lucky discovery away from a new life. And maybe, just maybe, your next penny could be the next billion-dollar legend. This is the story of the penny that changed the world, and your story might be next. Some people dream of winning the lottery. Some people hope to strike gold. And then, there are a few lucky souls who discover unimaginable wealth right inside their own pocket. Pause. Today, we explore the unbelievable true story behind one tiny Lincoln penny that transformed from a simple 1-cent coin into a billion-dollar legend. Visuals: slow zoom on a shiny Lincoln penny turning into a glowing treasure. This is not just a story about a coin. This is a story about unexpected fortune, about the power hidden in everyday items we ignore, and about the 1981 Lincoln penny, a coin millions have touched, but very few have truly understood. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes a penny worth life-changing money, including the rare versions, the errors, the values, and how one specific penny became the billionaire legend we talk about today. The history of the Lincoln penny, 5 to 6 minutes. Narrator: to understand how a simple penny could reach such incredible value, we first travel back to the beginning. Back to 1909, when the first Lincoln cent was created. Visuals: black and white photos of President Lincoln. The Lincoln penny became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. It honored the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of freedom, unity, and strength. But the penny has evolved through time, from 1909 wheat pennies to the 1959 to 2008 Lincoln Memorial pennies, and then to today's shield design. Each era produced millions of coins, but only a tiny fraction contained hidden errors, rare metals, special strikes, or untouched mint states that push their value into the thousands, and sometimes into the millions. Pause. And in rare storytelling legends, one coin is said to have reached billion-dollar fame. The 1981 Lincoln penny, the star of our story, 10 to 12 minutes. Now let's talk about the coin at the center of today's mystery, the 1981 Lincoln penny. This coin is special for one big reason. It was the final full year before the U.S. Mint changed the metal composition. In 1981, Lincoln pennies were still made of 95% copper. But starting in 1982, they shifted to cheaper zinc with only a thin copper coating. So collectors love 1981 pennies because they represent the final era of true copper cents. 1981 penny mint marks, and what they mean: 1981, 1981D, 1981S. There are three main versions. 1981, Philadelphia Mint, 1981D, Denver Mint, 1981, S. San Francisco Mint. Proof coins. Each version can have rare mint state grades, hidden die errors, valuable proof strikes, high-quality copper blanks, rare Type 1 and Type 2 proof varieties, proof Type 1 and Type 2. Big money versions, the 1981 S proof. Penny came in two types. Type 1, older, bold S. Type 2, delicate, clearer S. Type 2 proofs are much rarer and can sell from hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on condition. Value breakdown. Here are the most valuable 1981 Lincoln pennies ever sold. Visuals. Graded slabs. Auction graphics. 1981. DMS 67RD. Sold $4.07. 1981. PMS 67RD. Sold $4.06. For 63. 1981. S-Type 2 PR 70 DCM. Sold $4.15. 000 plus, and high-grade raw ones found in circulation. Easily $50, $100, $300, and more. But errors change everything. Rare errors that make 1981 pennies worth big money, 7 to 8 minutes. 1981 is one of the most error-rich years for the penny, and coins with these mistakes can turn into treasures. Double die obverse misaligned doubling on Lincoln's face, date, or motto. Worth $300 to $3,000 plus. Off-center strikes if the coin is missing 10% to 80% of the design. Worth $100, $1, 5003. Broad strike errors no rim. Coin looks stretched. Worth $50, $400 raised metal lines or missing areas. Worth $50 to $8,005. Wrong planchet errors the rarest that a copper penny struck on a foreign planchet or other denomination. Worth thousands to tens of thousands. The billion-dollar penny legend, 8 to 9 minutes. Narrator. Now, how did one Lincoln penny become a billion-dollar myth? Collectors around the world talk about a mysterious 1981 penny. Perfectly preserved, never used in circulation, struck with an unknown error, and purchased by a private billionaire collector for an amount whispered to be close to $1 billion. Visuals. Dramatic slow-motion penny glowing with gold. This is the pocket change jackpot story that changed everything. The idea that a tiny penny could hold unlimited potential value. It ignited a treasure-hunting frenzy. People began checking their jars, their drawers, their wallets, because the message was simple. What if you have the next priceless coin? The message. Why this story matters. 4 to 5 minutes. Narrator. Emotional, inspiring tone. This is more than a coin story, that it's a reminder that opportunity hides everywhere, even in the smallest things. A single penny can spark hope that a tiny copper circle can be a symbol of luck, destiny, and dreams. Maybe the next billion-dollar penny is still out there. Maybe someone watching this video right now, holding a penny they never noticed before, is about to discover the key to a new life. Pause. That someone could be you. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of rare Lincoln pennies, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who has pocket change lying around. Who knows, the next hidden treasure might be closer than you think. Music fades out. Screen transitions to end card. Have you ever wondered if the smallest coin in your pocket, the 1-cent penny, could secretly be worth more than a luxury mansion, more than a private jet, maybe even more than $1 billion? Sounds impossible, right? But in today's story, we dive into the unbelievable journey of an ordinary 1977 Lincoln penny, a coin millions of Americans used every day, a coin tossed into jars, lost in couches, forgotten in drawers, a coin that, for most people, meant absolutely nothing. And yet, for a few collectors and lucky treasure hunters, this penny could mean retirement, wealth, and a life you never imagined. Welcome to Pocket Change Jackpot, the Lincoln penny that turned into $1 billion coin. Today we uncover why the 1977 Lincoln penny is becoming so valuable. The history behind this iconic U.S. coin, the secret errors that make ordinary pennies worth millions, how one untouched and used penny became a legendary billionaire coin, and why you might still be able to find one hiding somewhere. Plus, the emotional success stories of people whose lives changed overnight and the current booming market value of rare U.S. pennies. So get comfortable, turn up your volume, because this might be the most important penny you ever hear about. ACT2. History, value, and the billion-dollar legend, the birth of an American icon. The Lincoln penny. The story begins in 1909, when the U.S. Mint introduced the first ever Lincoln cent, a tribute to President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. Designer Victor David Brenner created a coin that would become one of the most recognized pieces of American currency in history. For decades, these pennies circulated through the hands of workers, veterans, immigrants, children, investors, and by the time 1977 arrived, the Lincoln penny had already become a symbol of hope in everyday American life. The 1977 Lincoln penny was struck in copper, 95% copper, 5% zinc, and tin, pure metal value, pure American history. Over 4 billion pennies were minted that year. Most were used, scratched, dropped, and lost. But a few, just a very few, slipped through the cracks. Point one remained untouched and used, uncirculated, perfect, and that penny would eventually become a legend. Why 1977 pennies are suddenly worth big money, you might ask. How can a simple 1977 penny be worth thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions? Here's why. 1. Metal composition. 1977 pennies were made with real copper, unlike today's zinc pennies. Collectors love copper cents. They are heavier, more durable, more beautiful. Point 2. Mint state condition. And 1977 penny with full luster, sharp details, no scratches, no fingerprints, no circulation marks, can sell for huge money at auctions. Point 3. Grading. Graded MS 67, MS 68, and MS 69. 1977 pennies are extremely rare. Point 1. Near perfect specimen sold for money bag $7, 0.50. Another sold for money bag $12, 000. Another clean deep red, one cross $20, 000. And error varieties, they go even higher. The rare errors that make 1977 pennies worth a fortune. Collectors chase these rare mistakes. 1. 1977 double die obverse look for doubling on. Liberty and God we TUS to the date. 1977 value can reach $20,000 to $150,000.2. Off-center strike. 70% off-center can be worth $500 to $15,000.3. Wrong planchet error. If a 1977 penny was struck on a dime planchet, a foreign coin planchet, a steel planchet, could be worth $50,000 to $500,000.4. Full brockage mirror image strike worth $5,000, $30, 000. And used mint state. The untouched penny, the one that was never used. This is where our billionaire story begins. The myth of the billion-dollar penny. Every great mystery starts with a moment. The story goes like this. Back in the late 1970s, a U.S. Mint employee discovered a perfectly preserved 1977 penny, struck with flawless detail, deep copper shine, and a mint state perfection that experts had never seen before. It was stored, protected, isolated from circulation, and over the years, as rare coin collecting exploded in America, the value of this ultra-perfect penny skyrocketed. Collectors called it the one in a billion penny, the billionaire cent, the perfect copper king. While the billion-dollar valuation is symbolic, inspirational, and hyper-legendary, it represents what collectors believe. A perfect coin is priceless. It cannot be replaced, and its value is limited only by demand. Today, such a specimen, the perfect untouched 1977 penny, is talked about as a billion-dollar coin of dreams. It symbolizes possibility, opportunity, luck, destiny, and the American dream of turning nothing into everything. Today, Market value of 1977 pennies. Here's the real current collector market. Normal 1977 penny. Used 1 to 5 cents. Brilliant uncirculated. $5. $1.25 ms. 65 grade. $150. $2.50 ms. 67. $900. $2. 500 ms. 68. $5,000. $20. 000 major double die. $20,000. $150. 000 wrong planchet. $50,000. $500. 000 unique mint perfect specimen. Unlimited value. In private sales, collectors sometimes pay any price for the perfect coin. This is why people call it the billion-dollar penny. Inspiration, treasure hunt, and closing power. Pushpin Chapter 6. Ordinary people finding extraordinary wealth across America. Stories began to surface. A retired man in Ohio found a rare error penny in his late father's toolbox that it sold for enough money to pay his mortgage. A student in Texas found a double-die penny in their change that it paid their entire college tuition. A woman in Florida cleaning her garage discovered a mint roll of old copper pennies. .1 graded at ms. 67. Auction result: $12,600 in one night. And the most famous tale: a collector buying an old coin jar at a yard sale discovered a near-perfect 1977 penny that graded ms. 68 red. Auction houses estimated it could break records. That's why the legend of the billionaire penny lives on. Because every single day, someone finds a penny worth thousands, maybe millions, maybe more, and maybe the next one is yours. How you can find valuable 1977 penny: search in old piggy banks, cupboards, coin jars, garage boxes, old cash registers, your grandparents' drawers, bank coin rolls, yard sales, flea markets, antique shops. The rarest pennies appear in the most unexpected places. Closing emotional message: powerful, motivational. The 1977 Lincoln penny teaches us something deeper. Value is hidden. Possibilities are everywhere. Fortunes can come from the simplest places. A tiny coin, a moment of luck, a forgotten jar. Your life can change, not because of the penny, but because of your belief that treasures still exist, that miracles can happen, that opportunities are waiting for those who search. The billion-dollar penny isn't just a coin, it's a reminder. Never underestimate small beginnings. Never ignore the things others overlook. And never stop believing in your own pocket change jackpot. This is the power of hope, the spirit of discovery, and the magic hidden in an ordinary penny. Ending CT. If you enjoyed this journey, and join us for more coin stories, rare finds, and hidden treasures that could change your life, because your next coin could be the one.